As an Amazon seller, you are just a glorified Amazon employee. This is a take that we've seen from YouTube, from people on YouTube, from people on Twitter. I'm going to tell you why it's one of the dumbest take, as always. It's one of the dumbest take that I've ever heard. Because a lot of you guys do not know, do not understand what owning a business is and what it entails. If you do not know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release daily videos about selling on Amazon right here on YouTube. So if you're new, subscribe and like this video so you get recommended more videos. So, a lot of you guys do not understand what running a business entails, and a lot of you guys believe that running a business is 100, like that when you run a business, when you run your own business, you do not have to answer to anybody, you do not have to report to nobody, which is in some way is actually true. But what you will notice is that in a lot, and once you start getting more experience in business, you will notice that it does not matter what type of business you do. At the end of the day, there's still somebody that you will actually need to be held accountable to, that you will need to be to report to. But it's not because you run a business that you're an independent that you can just do whatever you want and that you can keep running your business by doing whatever you want. Okay, in the case of Amazon, okay, in the case of selling on Amazon, and I've always said it, your whole business should not just be being an Amazon seller. While it can be what you focus on, do not see yourself as exclusively an Amazon seller. You are an e-commerce seller. You are trying to sell, like your goal should be to try to sell on multiple platforms, just to buy inventory and sell inventory. That should be your goal. Doesn't matter what platform it is that you are doing it on, right? But in the case of selling on Amazon, of course, you are selling on their platform, and so there's going to be rules that you need to obey, that you are going to need to obey, right? You cannot just do anything, and you're going to need to like, yes, of course, Amazon is going to change their policy, whatever, and so you need to keep, you just need, because if you don't do what they want, they can kick you out of the platform, yes. It's not because of that that you are actually an employee, because I've seen tweets of people comparing this to doing Uber, doing DoorDash, all that stuff. I did Uber when I was younger, okay? And people were like, you need to understand, like, all these small business that you can start, and of course, Uber is not something that is hugely scalable, except if you actually start renting cars and all that stuff. There's ways to do it, right? But like, people, like, all these small self-employment things or small business things are so easy to start that you get a lot of people that do not have, that are not, because business is not for everybody. And this is one thing that you guys need to understand. Being in business is not for everybody. Being self-employed is not for everybody. And you have a lot of people talking trash about it and talking about, oh, you don't make money, or this and this and that, and finding a ton of reasons to not actually do this, right? Whatever you do, you're going to need to answer to somebody. And like, same thing, at the end of the day, if you do like ride sharing, if you do Uber, you do not just have to do Uber. Of course, it's going to be hard to hire and stuff like that and to run a business, but you actually run a business. You are responsible for your own self, okay? And of course, not at the same scale as if you run an Amazon business or whatever, but like, I'm telling you, it does not matter what type of business you do, at what scale you do it, you're going to need to answer to people, okay? If we just look at it, let's take an extreme, right? With huge corporation. Corporation needs to answer to the government, to the Senate, to all that stuff. And if they do not follow the rules, and the rules are going to be arbitrary. If you look at the government, also representative of the Senate is trying to fuck companies like Apple, like Windows, like Microsoft, I should say, all that stuff. If they do not obey, and sometimes we can see that it's really corrupt. If they do not obey, they are sued and they need to pay big fine, and like they are trying to fuck them up, and so they need to play with them. Okay, at the biggest scale, business need to report to people as well, right? So, and it's always going to be somebody, even if you have a local business. At the end of the day, with local ordinance and all that stuff, let's say that you do, I don't know, you do landscaping. on a local level in your city. You get well known in your city, and then you know they can switch up some things. You might need a permit. You might need this and this and that. They might change this like, or you're able to actually run your business with local ordinance, all that stuff, and fuck you up. It's true for every single business, and this is the main thing that you need to have, because a lot of people, you know, when I talk about people that say, hey, it's cool, I'd like to do this, you know, being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, running your own business and all that stuff. Yes, you kind of do whatever you want whenever you want, but and the big thing is not having to answer to a boss, right? The truth is that it doesn't matter what you do, you always have somebody to answer to, okay? Whether it is a customer, whether it is this, whether it is that. And of course, it's a little bit easier when what you have to do is answer to customers. When you sell like low-priced items, all that stuff, of course, it's different. But like, let's say, you know, you there's always, and this is one thing that you need to remember, you will always have to answer to somebody, and you will always have to deal with people, okay? And it's always going to be unpleasant. In the case of Amazon, you're going to need to deal with Amazon, all right? You're not an employee running your own business still. And if you see it this way, I mean, it's a really dumb way to see things, and you do not understand. You do not understand shit about being in business. You will always have to answer to somebody, right? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say with this video. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, leave a like, do all that YouTube stuff. I'll see you tomorrow for a new video.